Hello and welcome to slightly overcast Lexicon on life. It's actually not pouring with rain, which we've had violent thunderstorms over the last couple of days, which have broken the intense heat that we've had, and the sun's come out for us, and I'm hugely grateful for that, as I am for the shade on a hot day. So after the letter F last week for feelings, I'm here to talk about gratitude. Last week when I was here, a beautiful deer ran across behind me, and I saw it in the distance. It was really a moment of real beauty and connection with nature. We can choose to be grateful in the moment for what life is dealing out for us, material and non. I actually think that experience is something we could appreciate more, and of course material, goodness me. Also civilised services. I've got a car up there with things that I want to dump. I don't want them anymore. Well, in fact, I give them normally to be reused, but these facilities that we have are something to be grateful for, definitely. I'm going to talk about two slightly different characteristics in people I've known over the years. I had a close connection with someone who really had difficulty in seeing positive in how his life was going. Used to often say, which became a bit of a catchphrase, what are the chances of that? In terms of being treated always in the same way. And in this case, it was worse than others. Constantly comparing ourselves can have a bit of a negative effect on one. I used to say, well, if we put all the good things in a pie chart and added them up percentage-wise, how much bad would there be? I have a friend who was affected basically by a stroke, an AVC in French, and as a result has been paralysed completely down one side of his body, and has managed to live a normal life as possible. He has a lot of willpower, which comes out sometimes as aggression and anger, gets him through. And he is grateful for what he has, which is a roof over his head, all his clothes, food, warmth. We have so much in here in the Western world. But all of us have an inner strength, whether you have anything or everything. I mean nothing or everything. Having a trip, as I was fortunate enough to do last year, to India, was an amazingly enlightening and humbling experience. Seeing people who had material wealth, zilch, but spiritual wealth, wow. I'm very grateful for it. They had gratitude and they carried a love which was really touching. So I'm going for water. I haven't said that, but down there is the source. Well, it's a fountain. It comes down in a direct line, which some say is a sacred energy connection between the church, the chapel, and this place of religious, spiritual. As I think I may have said before, I'm of no religion, but I'm highly spiritual. This water, historically, was given to people, I believe, who were hard of hearing, and it had curative qualities. Every year they do have what's called in Brittany a pardon, or they have them all over France. For a republic, France is an incredibly Catholic country. Every day has a saint, a dedicated saint named. And if you get a calendar from the pompiers, the fire services, every name under the sun is on there. Beautiful morning. So the negative and the positive, well, often what you believe as negative at the time turns out to be a hugely positive shift in your life. Due to the heat we've had, the water's down to quite a trickle. Unfortunately, it has, the sun's done that, but you drink it at your risk, really. It says it's non-drinkable. Anyway, water is the very source of life, and in various places in the world it's really highly polluted. We're very fortunate. Water actually carries. It's a conductor of emotion. But that's another subject altogether. And I'm going to go home for a cup of coffee and say goodbye until next week. We talk about something beginning with H.